Matchmakers. My wife and I, we help Amish singles to find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop a legacy that is rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. Well, glad you're here this morning. If you're here, love to hear from you. Love to have you say good morning or say something. Just get my coffee done here and ready to rock and roll this morning. How about you? This morning, we're going to talk a little bit about communication and what that has to do with deep, intimate relationships and connections. So hopefully you're here to learn and grow. We can grow together, continue to improve, and get better at the things we're doing in life. And one of the most important things we do in life is relationships. I hope that's resonating. I hope you're getting that. If not, then might not be in the right place. So that's what we're all about here. Deeper, meaningful relationships will help you to have a better life, epic life. I do believe that your epic life is connected to the fact that you have created epic relationships, and those relationships have come from the way that you connect and communicate with people and the way that you're committed to people and relationships. So it's a good thing. Such a good thing. All right. Well, I'm going to get set up in my studio now. I got my coffee on. We can get started. Some of you may have never seen this studio. Yeah. The light on. All right. Good. Well, thanks for being here again. Um, Relationships, they're a fun thing and they're super valuable. How much do you value your relationships? How important are your relationships to you? Good day. It's a good day, sir. Good morning to you. Oh, drink them if you got them, people. Did you get out and jog this morning, Mr. Ken? Good morning. Thanks for joining us again. We're back. All right. Communication. Building strong communication. Speak clearly and lead calmly. Communication isn't about talking more, it's about being understood and understanding others. Communication is not about talking more, it's about being understood and understanding others. It's a good one. Men don't struggle because they don't care, they struggle because they were never trained. This is a really good one because Chantel and I have talked about this many times about men not being very skilled in communication and even being able to validate correctly and effectively. It's a thing. Believe me, we've talked many times about this, how powerful and beneficial it is for men to learn how to validate. And, again, a lot of times it's okay for you to learn from your wife, from your spouse. Again, if we don't know how to validate, how do we learn? It's interesting because men do get accused at times of not caring because of the fact that they struggle with communication, but they were never trained. They were never taught. The muscle was not exercised. And so today we're going to train it, that muscle of communication. Welcome again. We do help Amish find godly spouses, build epic marriages, and create generational legacy rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. So good communication is a trained skill, not a personality trait. All right. I know that some of you are saying, well, I'm shy. That's a habit. That's trained. That's taught. That's not Yeah, a lot of times people think that's their personality. Again, there are introverts and extroverts. I get that. But the point is like truly, it's a habit that was created in you, something that was told over you. It's a story that was created that you walked out and you continue to walk out and continue to repeat and continue to affirm and confirm. Uh, and you continue to come into agreement with that story of that you're shy or that you're not a good communicator or you're just quiet. He's just real quiet. So seriously, communication is a trained skill and it's time for you to start putting it into action. Science shows communication improves when we regulate our nervous system, our attention, our clarity. Okay? Our nervous system, our attention, our clarity. When those are trained, communication improves fast. Okay? When our nervous system, our attention, and our clarity are trained, communication will improve quickly and effectively. Okay. Why are you crying, bro? Hello. Why are you crying? Roblox. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what the heck that is. All right. So practical communication. Let's talk about the mirror talk. Now, some of you are going to find this very strange and very weird, but it's real. So many times we need to practice articulating clearly and looking in the mirror. And I know you have a hard time even getting in front of a camera, but a mirror, nobody's there. It's you and you, and you can do it. You can communicate well. So, why it works? Practicing speaking out loud improves verbal clarity, confidence, and brain language connection. Your brain to your language connection. Okay. It's very important to understand these things. Neuroscience shows repetition strengthens neural pathways for speech and expression. Now, I'm going to say that again. Repetition strengthens neural pathways for speech and expression. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to speak clearly under pressure. This is a big part of this. Speak clearly under pressure. Why does that matter? Well, let's just talk about this. Like when you're in a conflict with your spouse, or you and your girlfriend are having a spat, or you and your fiance are just going at it. Can you speak confidently? Can you speak clearly? Can you articulate? Can you continue to speak even when you're in an argument or in conflict or under pressure? Stress kicks in. So, a practical way you can implement this mirror talk, is daily. I know that you're like, what? It's weird. I'm not doing that. Okay, that's fine. Then you're not here to learn how to communicate better. You're not here to learn how to be committed more. You're not here to learn confidence. Like it's all tied together. I'm serious. The more you do it, the more you repeat it, the more you do it, the better you're going to become at it. The more confident you're going to become, the better communicator you'll become, and the more committed you're going to want to be to relationships because that confidence, communication, and commitment is all tied together. It really is. So daily, 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, 2 to 5 minutes. Got to make time for it. Look in the mirror and say what you're working on, what you're grateful for, and what you want to improve. Are you following me? So this builds confidence and clarity. So what is it that you're working on in yourself? Maybe it is, I am a great communicator. I can communicate clearly and articulate. See, I need to practice, right? I need to get in the mirror. I can communicate clearly and articulate things beneficially. What is it that you're working on? Declare it in the mirror and say it over and over and over again. I am a great communicator. I articulate well. I can speak clearly. If you said that, I'm a great communicator. I articulate well. I speak clearly. Do you see how repetition, that's what you're working on. What is it you're working on? Can you say that over and over in the mirror? I'm becoming more confident. I am becoming a better communicator. I am healthy, fit, strong. Can you say these things over and over in the mirror? Again, these are practical things that will help you with your communication skills, help you to be able to communicate even when you're under pressure and create the language and neural passageway connection. It's important. It's important because currently, with your coming into agreement, again, this triggers the triumph stuff, with the fact that you're shy or with the fact that you don't communicate well, or it's better if you just don't talk and let everyone else talk. That is not true. You have wisdom in you. You have great things in you. And I believe in you. Now, what are you grateful for? Can you speak that in the mirror too? I'm grateful for my Father in heaven. I'm grateful for my hard work. I'm grateful for my spouse and all that she does. Or I'm grateful for my girlfriend or fiance. Who is it that you want to speak about? Remember, we're here talking, this is men's talk. And with men, I'm talking to men that may be dating, I'm talking to men that may be engaged, I'm talking to men that are married. Which one are you? And you can speak gratitude about your situation, what you're grateful for in life, your job, what you're grateful for about your health and being alive. You're grateful for about the people around you. So again, speaking these things in the mirror for 2 to 5 minutes over and over and over to get clear and confident in your conversation, get clear and confident in your communication. And what do you want to improve? I'm improving my skills in communication. I'm worthy of improving my skills in communication. We have our Epic 30 process. In our Epic 30 process, it is about articulating. It is about communicating. If you lack the confidence of communication with your spouse, your girlfriend, or your fiance, it's because you lack the repetition. It's because you've not flexed that muscle and continue to flex that muscle. It is powerful. Repetition will be the cure, will be the breakthrough for you for communication. But you got to be willing to do it and stop making excuses. Stop living in the victim mentality, the past, and just being this person that says, "Well, I just always do it this way. I don't know. I'm always late, or oh, I always forget." Like, do you realize once you start doing absolutes, I can tell that you're in a triggered state, or that you're in a place where you just don't want to listen or hear anybody, don't want to be teachable and coachable. As soon as you start saying never, always, those are absolutes. You want to stay open. You want to stay learning, teachable, coachable. Build confidence and clarity to get in the mirror, talk about what you're working on, what you're grateful for, and what you want to improve. Again, yes, you are talking to yourself. It's good. It's practice. Ah, good coffee. All right, this next one, y'all are going to appreciate. Slow down your speech. Yes. Slow down your speech. When you slow down and breathe, your nervous system calms. Your thinking becomes clear. Others understand you better. Fast speech often signals stress. Slow speech signals confidence and control. Slow speech, I'm going to say it again, signals confidence and control. Speak 10 to 20% slower than normal. Oftentimes, that's why I have something to drink, something to slow me down, in the sense of pausing, being methodical in my communication, Pause between thoughts and let words land, take effect. Great communicators also are active listeners. Good communication is 70% listening. Seriously, it really is. And I would even bump it up some more. That's statistically 70. I'd say more like 80. It's the 80-20 rule. Really, it is. In life, you'll find that that's all around us. 80-20, 80-20. Go look up the 80-20 rule. It's a crazy phenomenon. Okay, listening centers in, okay, listening skills, trust building responses. Okay. Listening activities are empathy centers in the brain, trust building response, create oxytocin. Whoa, that was crazy. All right. When people feel heard, they relax. You hear me? When people feel heard, they relax. Because here's what's happening when people are not being heard, they're getting all tense and they're looping inside. So literally you can usually see it in their fists or like really tense. Okay. And so there's this looping going on. When they feel heard, it's like they can release it when they truly feel heard. So it's very powerful to listen and creates, when you listen to someone, that empathy, that connection, that love, that affection, to help them know, to validate them and create to be in a state of empathy, knowing, listening to them and hearing them, then it will build, it causes them to center their brain, allows them to release, allows them to trust, and they will relax. They will relax. So after someone speaks, let's say, you can say, uh, tell me more about that. That's a famous phrase that I've shared with many, many, many people. Tell me more about that. Or let me make sure I understand this. Or so let me understand. Let me make sure I understand this. Or tell me more about that, because you're encouraging them to keep going and keep expressing, keep communicating. Then in your own words, let me make sure I understand this, and then repeat it back to them, but in your own words, not word for word, but what you understand, what you see. And that can create validation, even. And acknowledging the emotions they're feeling will create validation. Validation allows them to truly release and have peace and relax. This builds connection very, very quickly. When you're willing and able, if you understand the skill and understand the ability of validation, it truly is to acknowledge the emotions that they're feeling, acknowledge what they're going through. Makes a difference. All right. So the fourth thing we're going to talk about here is breath control before responding. It's really interesting. Breathing, 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 breathing. In Genesis, we see God spoke. Uh, and when he speaks, when God says things, like in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and God said, "Let there be light." He actually spoke it. Like when he said it, he declared it out loud. A sound actually happened. So it's very interesting that the Creator himself, God, Abba, Papa, Father himself, spoke out loud, and yet we struggle with speaking out loud. In order to speak, to words to be formed, we must be able to breathe. If you had no air, no breath, you could not speak, you could not talk. So Being able to control your breath is actually being able to control your speaking. When triggered, your body goes into fight or flight mode, into a stress mode. Breathing slowly will calm you down. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Some of you have dealt with being triggered. Some of you have been dealt with being frustrated, getting angry and upset, being misunderstood, not being able to communicate well, blaming yourself, being angry at yourself for the dumb mistakes you've made. I see you. I understand. So your body goes into a stress, fight or flight mode when you're triggered. But breathing calmly calms the nervous system. Breathing slow and slowing your breathing down. When you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And by the way, when you breathe, you hold that breath. Because what's happening during that time of breathing and holding it is your body is actually processing the oxygen that you just inhaled. It will calm the nervous system when you have extra oxygen, and oxygen really going into the blood cells, into the brain. It's powerful. Reduces emotional reactivity, increases control. This allows you to respond instead of react. You follow me? Respond instead of react. Well, oftentimes when we react and we just kind of fly off the handle, when we are in conflict or have a situation brewing up in communication, we often respond and say things that we don't want to say or don't necessarily want to speak, but it happens anyways because we just kind of go to default. Or you just say things you may regret, or you don't say anything. The silent treatment. That can be frustrating as well for people in your relationship that you're in relationship with. So before responding, take a slow breath, breathe in through your nose. Think very clearly and then begin to speak. Well, why are you able to speak? Because you practiced in the mirror 2 to 5 minutes every day for multiple days in a row. You have practiced how you would respond to things. Tell me more about that. I totally understand where you're coming from. I can see that these feelings are really important to you. I can see that your feelings matter. Like, what is it that you can practice for whenever you are connecting with someone in a relationship? And things conflict resolution is a powerful tool and a very important one. So how you respond matters. And oftentimes we've worked with a lot of people through this confidence, communication, and commitment, the 3 C's of connection, to have deeper, more meaningful connections and love, deeper, more meaningful relationships and affection. It does have to do with your ability to communicate well. And oftentimes we've worked with a lot of people that can't even talk. Like they freeze up. They get hit with pressure, and then all of a sudden the communication shuts down. Now, some of the things we've done with them, and this is real. If you're one of those people that just have a really, really challenging time of communicating when you're under pressure, with being able to speak, even your body shuts down, your mouth shuts down, and you realize, oh, I can't even talk, let alone communicate well. I want you to try something. I want you to try, when you're faced with pressure like this, I want you to write down your thoughts. Write it down, pause. And even the person, if it's your spouse, your girlfriend, your fiance, your best friend, whatever the case may be, I want you to tell them, I need to pause for a minute and I need to write some things down. And write down what your thoughts are, because I know your brain is very powerful. I know you're thinking responses. I want you to write down your responses and then read it. This has been a very powerful tool because we have to get this flow going. You have to get your brain and your mouth and your mind and everything trained together to speak and communicate, even when you don't want to, even when you normally shut down and you believe that's your story. It's like, no, I don't communicate well. I just automatically just, I can't talk when I'm under stress. But you write it down, pause and write it down and look at it. Maybe circle the things you know is good to say and beneficial. You're thinking it through, and then read it. You don't have to worry about having to say it, just read it. You follow me? There's a difference between speaking it and just being able to read it. Start with reading it. It will change your life. I'm serious. And then again, the thing in the mirror every day, knowing who you are, speaking your identity, who your MVP that we talked about and worked on. How confident are you in your MVP? Can you speak that over yourself? Knowing who you are confidently and over 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 in the mirror till you can just spew it out, right? I'm a catalyst. I'm a master catalyst for metamorphosis through kindness and intentional love. Okay? That's my identity. I've said it many, many, many times over the years. It's helped build me and make me more confident in who I am. And you too can do this. Communication is one of the key elements. Pause. Let's look at some of these comments, see if they're appropriate. Maybe not. They're funny. But hey, thank you for being here. I do want to say that. But if you're just stopping by and you're just trolling, goodbye. If you're here to actually learn something and grow, great. I'm glad you're here. Uh, these people trolling, they're just so awesome. Waste of time. I wish that. Well, if you're actually here to, you're not just trolling on YouTube. I'm grateful you're here. And we're here to learn about confidence, communication, commitment, and help build and develop deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's what we do. It's what we love. We love people well. We want to help you. So if you have any questions towards that stuff, great. Or comments towards that, great. I will show your comments. I really will. And it doesn't seem too Amish. You're right. I'm not Amish. If you're here through the whole thing, you would understand. We always talk about it. We are not Amish. We help the Amish. And it's a niche we've gotten into, and it's been a beautiful thing to work and help and be able to bless the Amish and help them to have deeper, more meaningful relationships and create an epic life. Um, Shout out for your cat. Hey, what's up, kitty cat? If you're really 7 today, funny. What a shout out, right? Okay, so relationship skills, back to communication. By the way, if this is beneficial to you and you're actually here to learn something and grow in communication, grow in confidence, grow in relationships, because that's what we do. We help people to find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop a legacy that is founded and rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. If you're here for that and you want to continue to hear some stuff as we create the content, I would invite you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Amish Matchmakers. We've helped over the past, what, we're on 2026. I guess it's been past 5.5 years, almost 6 years now, that we've helped and got involved with helping Amish by culture and language. A lot of people are like, well, you're on technology. They're not allowed to have technology. Do you know that? It's the Amish culture we're talking about. the Amish language and the people. That what you're referring to is a more conservative portion of the religious part of the Amish. It's not necessarily all the Amish. Again, just like Christians are different conservative levels and Christianity, it's the same in the Amish world and culture as well, and religion. So there you go, a little explanation if you're actually interested. So, anyways, that's kind of been, we've had the pleasure of working with the Amish. About 80% of our clientele are from the Anabaptist, which would mean Amish, Mennonite, um, portions of that. And they came over from Germany, if you didn't know that. It's pretty fascinating history with the Anabaptist. All right, so now back to content. We're finishing up here about communication. I'm gonna finalize with this, probably one of the best ones that I love, and it's interesting. Questions are an important thing for communication. Let's see what people are saying now. Very cool. Okay, thanks for saying very cool. Something useful. Asian. Oh, is that a real question? What's the best way to score with Asian chicks? Jesus is the Son of God who died for your sins. Okay, that's cool. Good job. How do I make Amish friends? Is that real? Hello, my sister. You're up late. You're in Arizona, so you must, or you're up very, very early, sister. MVP. Look. Okay. Sorry about that. We're back. My internet was out, so very strange. Keeps going out in the mornings a little bit. So, all right. Hey, sister. Vanessa. It's awesome. Glad you're here, sis. All right. So I'll answer the question. How does a person, and then we're going to get finalize this communication piece. Our topic for today is about communication and having better communication. I love you, sister. Thanks for jumping on here. Miss you. All right. So the question is, how does, obviously this person is plugged into our content. Who are you, by the way? I'd love to, if you want to just give a shout out of who you are. That's great. How does a person decide their mission? It's really interesting because your mission is your why and your purpose in life. And a lot of times people are like, well, I want to do what God tells me to do. I want my mission to be what God wants it to be. And God is saying, well, I'm here to partner with you. I'm not here to control you, dictate over you, or tell you what to do. I'm here to join you, yoke up with you. Because he even says that, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That means he wants to co-labor with you. And I say that with passion because I've worked with so many people that are truly, truly stuck and going, why am I here? Help, please. And they are so frustrated because they don't, they feel like God has abandoned them. They feel like God is not speaking to them. They're trying to figure out, what is my mission? And the reality is, you get to choose. If you want to be in leadership, if you want to be a parent, if you want to be an incredible, even just janitor for the local schools. You can impact lives right there. That is a mission field. That is a beautiful thing that you could walk out powerfully. Even being a husband, being a mother, being a father, like these are powerful things and make all the difference in this world. You can be a powerful mayor, a governor, a powerful superintendent of schools. You can be a powerful business owner, one of my favorites and very dear to my heart. I love helping entrepreneurs to be successful in business. I love developing people and relationships and connections, obviously. So I'm here to tell you that you get to decide, what do you like? What is it that you find very interesting? What do you enjoy doing in life? What are some activities that you really enjoy? If this is a real question, follow up with me. Tell me some of these things that you enjoy. Because again, I could help guide you and direct you into a mission that you would love and appreciate and could really walk it out and really get you up in the morning because you're like, yes, I feel called to this. Again, it is powerful to have that feeling. And what it comes down to is a mission that will get you out of bed when you don't feel like it is a very powerful mission. Like me, 5 a.m. I'm here doing this talk, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in Arizona, where my sister is. It's what, 2 a.m.? You probably haven't gone to bed yet, huh? Like 3 hour difference. So, or 3 or 4, something like that. We had just had our time change. It might be 4 hours. So it might be 1 in the morning over there. Point being is every weekday morning, I jump on here at 5 a.m. There are many times I don't like being here because, there's people trolling and they make crazy comments and it's just ridiculous sometimes. But I'm willing. I'm willing and I come. Why? The mission of connection, the mission of love and affection, the mission of transformation. That's my heart. I want to see people experience an epic life. And it takes hard work. It takes learning skills, becoming more confident, communicating better, and it takes even being committed for the long haul. That's what I am. I'm committed to this process. So, what are you willing to commit to? What is it that you enjoy and it like, man, this is something I really enjoy and I would love to see be a part of doing more of this. Like you get to decide what your mission is, but your mission can literally be working at that job that you have. It can be. So, all right. Thanks for asking the question. I hope that's helpful. If you will comment, I can continue on with that. Your mission is save souls for Jesus in the Catholic faith. Again, that's what people do often. It's like, well, that's your mission. You got to save souls. You got to bring people to Jesus. You got to bring people to faith. And what's interesting is that's not being a good parent, being a school teacher, even being an incredible, amazing janitor that just loves well and loves to honor and bless people is a powerful mission. It really is. Being the best of the best wherever you are, being excellent and influencing people right where you're working, that can be a very powerful mission. It doesn't have to be, saving orphans or going out to a third world country or something and just, trying to save souls for Jesus. Like it can be literally as the mayor of your town, as the CEO of your company, you can do incredible things and influence lives. Yes, we work with non-Amish people. Ah, my sister says it's 3 in the morning. Hey, sister, my sister Vanessa. So cool that you're here, sis. Putting your comments up. There we go. You've had a whole life helping people. I do my best, sis. And it's hard. It is hard. People aren't very nice at times. That's okay. That's okay. Thanks for your support, sis. I love you. All right. So, final thing about communication, ask better questions. Again, if you're truly here looking for something, gaining wisdom of confidence, communication, commitment, gaining wisdom for deeper, more meaningful relationships, write that down. Asking better questions really matters and it works. Questions guide conversations. They activate curiosity and engagement. Better questions equals deeper connections. Better questions equals deeper connections. We have this process of forming. Forming is an acronym, FORM, family, occupation, recreation, and then the message is all about learning about someone's signs, strengths, interests, goals, and needs. Sign is an acronym as well. These are powerful tools to help you remember. If you ask questions about somebody's family, ask questions about what they occupy their time with, what kind of work they may do, or what they occupy their day with. And then R is relation, or excuse me, has to do with what you do for fun, recreation, family, occupation, recreation. Whoop, went to relationship, meant recreation. Understanding questions about what they like to do for fun, what hobbies and things they have, and learning about what breathe, Carlos, their strengths, their interests, their goals, their needs, and then the message is how can I serve you and bless you in knowing what those are, understanding those, gaining understanding about those, being able to really truly connect with someone is what's been on your mind lately. Do you have anything weighing heavy on your heart? What have you been processing through lately? What do you think? What have you been thinking about? What matters to you most right now? What's most important to you right now? These are questions that are a little bit deeper. Do you feel safe? People are in different seasons, different places of their life. So even asking, what are you dreaming about? Are you going towards your dreams lately? Have you been able to go towards your dreams and work on things in your life? So daily reps every day builds consistency, builds confidence, builds better communication. Your practice of communication daily, speaking clearly, listening, showing up, consistency will build the skill. In Epic 30 that we have our process of where we connect with each other in the morning for 30 minutes and we release through journaling, we receive a word of wisdom from the Father through random Bible search, and then we give gratitude, worthies, edification, lifting up each other. This is a powerful process, our Epic 30 process. If you're doing that every day, you will be articulating, you will be communicating, you will be practicing verbalizing things in an honoring way. That repetition, daily, 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 you will become a better communicator. The challenge is getting you to do the Epic 30, getting you to step up and do it. It's real. I know it's not easy for you, but you got to do it and know that 100 Epic 30s later, you're going to all of a sudden go, wow, my communication has improved. I didn't even realize it. It will build the skill of communication the more you do it. Now, one thing that when you want to communicate clearly, something you can communicate clearly is your MVP. I just did it a minute ago. I said, I'm a master catalyst for metamorphosis through kindness and intentional love. So I bring change and transformation. I love to help people embrace change and transformation. And so that is my MVP. I just declared and I spoke it to you. Recently, what's been added to it is through kindness and intentional love, because a lot of times I'm so passionate and so excited about things and really want to help people that it comes across harsh. So I'm shifting it and declaring it even in my own personal identity to say kindness and intentional love, because that is very important to me. I want people to know and understand that I care and that I do love them and want them to know that kindness is important. It really is. So when you know your MVP, your mission, vision, and peculiar, it will give you clarity and it will give you confidence to speak. And You know what you believe, where you're going. You can communicate with direction. It's really powerful. So that's part of why we work on the identity and work on this MVP thing. Clarity creates confidence in your speech. So we always talk about our core activities, 3 core activities, and how you utilize them. Epic 30, practicing this process of gratitude, worthy, speaking, declaring. MVP builds confidence. When you know who you are, what you believe, where you're going, what your mission is, it will allow you to speak and articulate even more uh, clearly, more confidently. And then our third core activity, triggers to triumph. This is really huge because this is when you're triggered, your tone changes, words become harsh, your listening stops. Triggers to triumph will train you to have emotional control. Will train you to breathe and get through before you respond. And it protects your communication. It really does. And you're worthy of having better communication, better connections. I believe in you. 3 C's of love is really important. Having the confidence, clear speech will build your confidence. Communication, when you listen, it builds connection. And when you're committed, consistent communication will build trust. Seriously, in all your relationships. How often do you communicate with the one you love, the ones you love? Men often think, well, I said it. Women often feel, I didn't feel heard. So I want you to understand the difference in that. Men will think, I said it. And women often feel, I didn't feel heard. Communication is not what you say, it's what they experience. Follow me? What are they experiencing? Do you care what they're experiencing? Do you even tap into that or try to acknowledge or understand what they're feeling and what they're experiencing when you're communicating with them? I've got to get better at this. That's for sure. Is being able to have empathy and understanding what someone else is feeling or thinking when I'm speaking. Because I'm very, I've been told this a lot. You're very like confident. You're very bold and sometimes overbearing for people. So their experience, I want people to experience me in loving, kind way. So a daily challenge today: practice your mirror talk, slow your speech, ask a good, thoughtful, thought out question, and repeat back to someone what they're saying so they feel heard and validate those emotions. Help let them know that you understand what they're going through by being able to speak that back to them and that those emotions. It must be really hard for you to go through this. We are men who speak clearly, listen deeply, and lead with calm strength. Are you with me, men? We are men who speak clearly, listen deeply, and lead with calm strength. Would you do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so more singles, more couples can hear the message that we're trying to get out there about how it is possible to have a successful relationship, successful marriage. It is. All right, let's see what we got here. Anything worth communicating? There's a lot of comments going on. My sister, I love you, and your haters are your biggest fans. That's true. I love that, sis. Thanks for saying that. Remind me of that. That's funny. Hello, I'm the restaurant. You don't have to be on here and turn your phone off. That's awesome. You're not wise, you're just old. Is this a recording? No, it's not. Thanks, sis. Appreciate the blessings. Just be the kind of person that I am, and I don't have to quote anything. All right. See, I'm looking at the comments now, Sister Vanessa. The love of Yeshua will save us from the Americans. Americans, how long will you walk in wickedness? Children of fallen angels. Yeshua protects us from you. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Uh this is AI. Hey Vanessa. Someone that's actually got a sound mind is speaking to me. There you go. Calling you AI. How funny. All right. Well, there you go. You guys have a great day. I'm glad that some of you were trolling and coming through here. Maybe you find some of this content useful. If you do, stay, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. When we create content or go live, you'll get to see it. It's not AI. My name is Carlos Campos. We are the Amish Matchmakers. We help Amish singles find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop a legacy that is founded, rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. Have a great day. Vanessa, thanks for being here, sis. I love you. And thank you, whoever that is. That's pretty sweet. That's a good comment too. And I appreciate that. And I received that. Blessings to all of you. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. We'll see you.